Hello, welcome to my channel, The Office Guys Tutorials. Once again, I'm here with another video on Microsoft PowerPoint. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can beautify your slide which is full of text into a very beautiful looking slide. So without any further ado, let's start the tutorial. So how I got this topic into mind is I was creating a slide where I was supposed to create a presentation on 3D printing. So I was creating a slide where I had to mention history of 3D printing. So what I did is I just took some text from the internet. So what people, and even in fact what other people do, they will just dump the text. Okay, so my intention for this tutorial is how you can create a slide which looks like this to something beautiful slide like this. Okay, so let's start this video. So what I have just done here is I have a slide which says the history of metal 3D printing. So what I just did is I took a new slide. Okay, and first thing first, I really don't like this font, so what I'm using is called Inter font. You can download from Google Font, and in case you don't know how to download fonts, you can just find the video in the comment box or maybe the I button on the top. What should we do is let's take this, select both of the text box and change the font to Inter or anything that you like. So maybe it can be even Arial as well. We can go with Arial right now in case you don't have Inter font. So I'll just reduce the font to little bit, and I'll just write let's say in caps we can write history of 3D printing. Fine. I'll just select all the text by pressing Ctrl A on the keyboard and make it center aligned. I'll just take it up a little bit, bold the text, and similar way I'll just keep this, or maybe if you don't want, I can delete this as well. So what essentially when I say this data, I can see this is saying it was originally originated in 1981. Then it says 1986, another leap they found in 1988 and 1989. So the very important thing that you have to keep in mind here is first you have to analyze what text you are talking with. Okay, so when I read this text, I realized that there are 4 years in total where there are major breakthroughs. So what I got in my mind, actually, more than designing, I want to bring forward how I think when I create presentations like this. So what I just did is I just took 4 years like this. So let me just do it real quick. So 1981, and just create a duplicate 1986 and 1988 and 1989. So like that we have total 4 years because they are in this text particularly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll just select all the 4 and change the font to Arial and increase the font size to good number and bold it. Great. And now since all 4 are selected, I'll come to shape format and just give us a width of somewhere around 6 or 7. So 6 looks small to me. I'll go with rather 7. Yeah, this seems reasonable. I'll just bring it somewhere here and this one to somewhere here. Select all the 4 and make sure you're in the save format option. Come to align option and click distribute horizontally. So with this, they'll all get horizontally distributed. Next, we need to mention something like what happened in 1981. So press Ctrl and drag it down. Okay, so you'll get another set of text box over here. Come to the home options and make sure you just reduce the font size something like this. Remove the bold and make sure that your width remains same as 7. Okay, so like this we are ready. Now it's time to copy the text. So I'll just copy this part. So copy and paste here. And I usually use keep text only so that we get, don't worry, if it elongates, you just have to make sure you're in the shape format option and you have to press 7. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So press 7 like that. Or maybe what you can do is just to save time, we can delete these 3 and we can just duplicate these entities. So I'm pressing Control and dragging. In that case, I can just get the duplicates of these, because I know the text is going to be very similar like that. So 1986, I would say the first patent for SLA or something, whatever the text is. I'll just copy it and paste it over here. And while pasting, you can just right click and paste the text, and make sure you just change the first letter capital. Similar way I'll do for the rest. So I'll just go a little faster here. So now if you see, our text is ready, and the same text I've pasted here, but it looks really nice. So what else can be done now? One thing is, to make it more interesting, we can add some picture below, like what were these breakthroughs. And what else you can do is, you can add some sort of animation to bring the kind of delivery that you are doing, right? I usually don't like my audience to know what's next, so that they are like a they are like in a kind of attention, like what's next, what is the next, what is next. So I usually don't like to bring my next point before itself. So what I usually do is, I just right click, duplicate the slides 4 times, because there are total 4 points to discuss. So duplicate this here slide by 4 times. And then what I usually do is, first slide, I'll just hide all the 3. So instead of hiding them totally, I'll just change the font color to be somewhere little lighter in color. Okay, so you can say I'm using 10% gray. Similar way, this is the first one. So second slide, second, and these 4, I'll just do it. So like that. Third slide, only the last one. And fourth slide, all 4th will be there. So now, if you see, it goes like this. So 1981, 1986, 1989, and 1988 and 89. Okay. So like this, you can say, now this goes very sudden. I like very subtle animations. So again, it's a matter of taste of everybody's choice, right? So to add that subtle effect of animation or glowing with a very fade or something like that, what you can do is, you can come to the 3, 4, and 5 slide that you have created just now, and you can come to the transition, and you can add a transition called morph. I'm pretty much sure if you are using a version which is before 2013, you will not find this morph option. But if you're using any version which is higher than 2016, you can easily find morph option. So we'll apply morph here. That sounds good. And I usually reduce the time for morph transition to happen to somewhere around 0.75, or it's like a 2/3 of a second. So now let's just take a preview. So this is how it was looking earlier, right? But now 1981, you can just mention your audience what is that. Then you can come 1986. Now after applying the morph transition, you might have noticed that it goes very smooth to the next point, like that, and 1989. So that's all for this video. I hope you find this video useful, and if you do, please consider to subscribe to my channel and make sure that you hit the like button. I'll catch up in the next video. For this time, I'm signing off. Thank you.